So as you start to drop in, why not let the eyelids gently soften over the eyeballs? Why not let the shoulders completely relax? And why not send a wave of relaxation through the body over the next few breaths? As you inhale, you just take in beautiful breath. And as you exhale, it's like some bit of tension or some bit of worry or stress just releases through that breath. Breathing in an openness, a connectedness to practice. Breathing out anything that blocks you achieving that openness, that connectedness to your practice today. Breathing in connection. Breathing out any blocks or stagnancy. And as you drop into your practice today, take a moment of acknowledgement, of celebration that you cultivated time for yourself today to drop into a meditation practice. You pushed all those other thoughts that crept up and in, maybe blocking you from this experience, and you chose to step forward and to meet yourself in practice. I honor, acknowledge, and celebrate that for you here and now, and recommend you do the same. Let's move into the breath. Simply with our awareness to begin, notice the quality of your breath as we start. With curiosity, noticing how the breath is behaving in your physical body today. Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it full? Is it thin? Just acknowledge. We don't need it to be any other way than it is. There's no story about the breath. It just is this way right now. Equanimity is a balance, a steadiness from within, and the way that we perceive. It's neither good nor bad, just is. And it doesn't mean that we disconnect. We can be very present with all that is here, but look through the lens of equanimity without getting twisted and torn by the changing events of our lives. We have this beautiful level headedness, this open-heartedness, trusting that all is well. And working with the breath that is present, start to take some deeper inhales through the nose and deeper exhales through the nose. So just nasal breathing now, just starting to fill up the body a little bit more. Letting the rib cage activate with each inhale and gently soften with the exhale. Do this for the next 10, 20 seconds, just slowly, incrementally building the breath in the body, letting it take up space. Just you and your breath, nothing else. Everything else is a story, a figment of your imagination, or a review of the past. Just you and your breath. So nice. And for this next part of our breathing today, I'm going to gently draw your attention down into your belly, to the abdominal region. And for the next few breaths, we're going to drop into this space. And as you inhale, you're just going to let the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, at the very end of the exhale breath, it's a gentle hugging in of the belly button in toward the spine. It's very subtle. So even if you're pregnant, you can still work with this breath, abdominal breathing. Breathing in, belly expands in space. Breathing out, belly gently softens and settles back toward the spine. with a gentle hug in at the end of the breath. And play with the length and the breadth of this. You don't have to work to a certain count. You can take up as little or as much space as you want with that. Make it work for you. You might even visualize a balloon here in the stomach, and as you breathe in, that balloon expands. And as you breathe out, that balloon gently deflates in a controlled manner. We're shaping the breath here. And as thought worms come up to be explored, are you able to keep a wide lens of perspective on those thoughts? Can you just let them be there, witness them, and then keep choosing the breath? Make that the practice for the next 60 seconds. Staying with the belly breathing, and if the thoughts come up, observe them. Notice what flavor they are. Are they past or future orientated? What are you thinking about? And then come back to the breath. Keep on coming back. Notice where the mind's gone. Come back to your abdominal breathing just for a few more rounds of breath. Be here. Let the breath bring you back. Just you and your breath, nothing else matters, here and now, this present moment. Letting everything else just fall to the sides. You can pick it up later, but just let everything else dissolve and be so close to your breath that it feels so true and so present. Our life giver. And our life receiver, the breath. And gently winding down the abdominal breathing and softening towards just a seamless, easy and natural breath now. And already just pay attention, notice, did anything shift through that short breath work? Did anything change for you internally? As we slow down and went into the belly for your breathing. This next part of our practice involves imagery, visualization, and body awareness. Draw your awareness now into the center of your body, wherever you perceive that to be. And imagine this little flickering light, whatever color it might be to you, just flickering here in your center. Like an ember of sun, bright and bold, yet small. And over the next few moments, imagine that this little flicker started to spiral and turn into this lovely wheel now of light. And it's turning and it's growing in its speed and velocity. And it grows within you this beautiful illuminated color. Moving through the organs, moving through the fibers and the skin that you are visualizing it present in. And over the next few breaths, imagine that beautiful wheel of light, that orb of light now, starting to move through the limbs, the arms, the legs, all the way to the very toe tips and fingertips, and all the way up to the crown, the very tip of your head. Your whole body now whirling and swirling with this beautiful, luminescent light. And what if this light had the power to dissolve unwanted tension? What if it had the power to dissolve any stuckness or stagnancy on a physical, emotional, psychological level? What would happen if you just let yourself bathe now in this light? Does anything come to mind or heart or to body when you explore that visualization for yourself now? Whole body illuminated. And imagine now with this beautiful, vibrant light coming from your center directly into the space around you, that your mind was clear, that your mind was open. And here in this time of our practice, do you have a message from yourself to yourself? This version of you in meditation, does it have something it wishes to tell yourself outside of meditation? Maybe there's a message of wisdom, of love, of connection. Listening and looking for that now. It might just be an acknowledgement, I see you. And just sensing into the mind, the heart, the body. Noticing how you're feeling presently and seeing if you can view that with equanimity. Neither right nor wrong, good or bad, just is. What if you gave yourself permission to be with everything right now in your life just as it is? Embracing it, owning it, and not being pulled and twisted in every direction that the emotional landscape takes us on each day. From here, you start to become aware once again of your body, the edges of your physical form, noticing the skin, noticing any sensations for the next few moments that are present in your body. And checking in, how are you observing them? Because the sensations that are experienced, they're not in your body, it's the way that the mind is perceiving them to feel. If that makes any sense, it's the mind's perception of a feeling in the physical body. So what happens if you bring a neutrality, a steadiness and a calmness to all of the sensations, no matter what their texture is? When we start to strengthen this perception and this way of viewing, seeing, we can look upon sensations with a balanced eye, turning pain into a mere sensation, turning tightness into a sensation, turning openness into a sensation. And let yourself just drift into the sea of sensations that are present as you get more aware of that for yourself. And if it feels good for you, you could take yourself through a self-guided body scan from the head, moving down slowly until you eventually get to your toes. And when one sensation comes up, just witness it, watch it, stay with it until it moves on. And then move on to the next one. And as you take yourself through this body scan, allowing any sounds in your environment to also infuse your practice. Just is. Like a pre-recorded soundtrack. You're just listening in as you move through the body with your awareness. Noticing in this moment where you are, where have you gone? Are you in your body? Are you in your mind? Are you elsewhere? And come back to a deep inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Wash it away. Gently sealing off the lips, let the nasal breathing come back into play. Starting to feel once again the support beneath you, holding you. And very slowly you're going to start to bring yourself out of meditation. It might start with a little bit of movement in your fingers and your toes. Maybe a little rock of the head side to side. And if it feels really good, take a body stretch. Hands up over the head, stretching it all out. Taking all the time you need to re-emerge today. Opening to equanimity, opening to seeing and perceiving in a slightly different way for the rest of the day ahead.